Brian Wilkowski. I'm the CTO of Aerospike, and we're super glad to be here. I'm here with my co-founder, Srini Srinivasan. We built this amazing NoSQL database, and this is exciting for me because we wrote the first year's worth of code right here in Berkeley. There's a house over on Calusa Street where me and my first co-founder actually wrote most of this database. And we're super proud and happy to be sponsoring here at the first Calhacks, and we wish you a great coding day and a lot of creative hacking. And stop by at our table for any ideas about your hack or anything we can do to help. Srini and I have been in software for a long, long time. I started professional programming in high school in the dark ages when the Apple II, the TRS-80, and the original IBM PC were the fresh, hot machines. And we didn't have hackathons like this, we didn't have groups like this, but we did have to stay up late trying to find some time on university computers to get our coding done.
So, I actually graduated from a PhD a long time ago. I was probably a little bit older than you folks here. And I really wanted to build at that time a brand new database. But all of them were built already. So I went off and spent a bunch of time in working on applications using databases like an IBM, large company. And then essentially ended up at Yahoo, where we launched a bunch of iPhone applications based on traditional databases. This happened to be Oracle, but you can pick any of the traditional databases. And what we found was it just didn't work, and I had to have my team actually replace that database to actually make it work. And all of the big companies like Yahoo and Google and Facebook ended up building these great real-time databases to make it work. And then what happened was I met Brian, and we discovered that you could now build, using the latest technology, 100 times faster database than what we could have built like when I graduated out of PhD before. And it was actually an easy decision for me to actually drop everything I was doing, drop my job and go without salary. I convinced my wife. I was a little bit older than you guys, and I had children. In fact, my son is a junior in Cal. So what we ended up doing was building this amazing database, which is 100 times faster. And then, what is the idea of this, right? Our whole goal of founding the company was to enable startups. Hopefully some of these startups are going to be founded tonight. But what we ended up doing was, you can see some of the performance measurements here. But the thing is, in order to catch Google as a startup, you can't actually do what Google did, or for that matter, any large company did. You have to leapfrog, and that's essentially what Aerospike tries to do with the new technology, so you can build these really fast systems.
So to build a lot of the great new applications that we're going to see here tonight, you need a new style of database. And we're not talking about the analytics systems, right? Hadoop is a great system. Spark, here out of Berkeley, great system for analyzing data. You need a new database on the front edge of your application. And that's what happened with NoSQL, right? So when Mongo was out there being founded, but clustering databases, and it definitely had to be part of clustering, right? So that front edge database, it has to be always up. You're not going to spend your time learning and hacking on a database that crashes or is down. So we knew that our database had to be clustered and highly available. So we knew it had to be simple with few moving parts, without load balancers, cache layers of storage tiers, and it had to be easy to program with lists, maps, large objects, and support all the major programming languages from C to Go. And it had to support a lot of basic analytics. But it also had to be open source. So open source really is key to what we're doing. We've been closed source up until about a couple months ago. And we really want to see if anyone here can make some great new technology based on our database.
Essentially what we did was build that database, and a number of startups. We've been in business for about 4 years or 5 years. And what we have are a huge number of startups which started with us, have become so-called Google scale. AppNexus is one of them from New York. It's a $1 billion company. And then there is, of course, Snapdeal in India, which is also a huge company now.
So we at Aerospike, we've raised 3 rounds of funding, And so one of the prizes we're auctioning for the best use of Aerospike here in the hackathon is a meeting with and dinner with our favorite hacker and our favorite VC, Gilman Louie, the guy who wrote the first flight simulator, Falcon 4, as well as printed his own machine gun. So if you use Aerospike, we expect to check it out. It's a great database. It'll make your hacks go faster and all the projects you do just a little bit smoother. So that's why we're here tonight. We really want you to check out our database because we wrote it for people like you. So have a great hackathon. We're glad to be here. Go Calhacks.
Hey everyone, I'm one of the directors running Calhacks.